Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or messages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Surprise! Was you getting into skitty cats? Did you think I wasn't coming back? I like to turn up on a big cat when they think everything's so easy and calm and they can fall back into old ways. Well, guess what? How now, brown cow? Not while I've got breath in my body, darling dears. I will turn up on a cat. Ha ha! Come in! Come on! Hey! Energies! Up, up, up! I insist, darling dears. I insist. Let me bring up the live so I can see who's here. Right. I can't keep guessing all of the time. Give me a second, darling dear. I'm a one-woman cat. Come in, big cat. No, it's not frozen. I'm trying to work out this life because it's having a laugh. Namaste! First in the chat, Happy Lee, Big Cat Wave, The Real Furious Pharaoh, Wolf Dog, Wagwan, Fist Bump, new faces in these places, Alexis Holmes, Slim Jim, Tony G, Wagwan, Donnie Renee, and Namaste to all who has turned up and has chosen Silencio. Yes, Big Cat, the planetary energies are. Can we dive in? Can we have a little bit of a chat? We have a new moon, darling dear, a glorious new moon. Welcome to the springtime, darling dears. Can you feel the energy rising within us as we fast approach what? Pluto, jettisoning into Aquarius, where it's going to be for 20 whole years. I told you I'm going to come through the intel, how it's going to interact with each house. Possibly tomorrow or the next day, I don't know. Don't push me. But we're going to carry on, darling dears. The new moon in Aries. This is the season of new beginnings, darling dears. That's what a new moon is for. It's for a clean slate and for you to take out your what? Your stylish pen and write down what you want to achieve over the month going forward. Because the clocks are going forward on the 26th of March in the UK, where we'll be having more daylight, darling dear. More daylight to soak it to them, Scotty. Because you know the mouth breathers, those with the children of the current eye, are watching. Oh, they're watching you, big cat. Hoping that you will trip and fall when you are just getting your second wind. You was just praying. Ha ha! Fist bump. This is the season, darling dear, as I said, for starting new things afresh, a new beginning, writing on your clean slate of what you want for Guan. Yeah. Use this moon in the sign of the Ram, darling dear, right? To start your new projects. Take a leap of faith. Hand in that notice, blood. You don't need to work with those bottom feeders. The universe will catch you, especially if you've got your multiple streams of income on the go, darling dears. Why would you want to be with the fossils when you was built to be a star? Take a leap of faith, like I said. Aries energy asks you to open your mind to new possibilities and walk away from the outdated attitudes. This lunar wave means that you're in a rebel. Vive la rebelle. Love it. It's got the qua to the je ne sais. Your inner rebel, darling dear, is going to leave they, them, and I'm astounded. Why? Because your priorities is not their priorities, and their expectations was low for you. They wanted you brown bread, so they could what? Come to your funeral, as I said. and sing Amazing Grace in a falsetto with no tears on their face. Why? They just want to make sure that you're brown bread. But you live again, darling dear. You was, like I said, you was gathering your second wind. And never you forget, big cat, a true cat, right? A true star cat, darling dear, always shines their own light. You follow your own path. You never worry about darkness, because that's when your star shines the brightest, darling dears. When the epiphanies kick in, when you find the energy to get your birth natal chart underneath that light, darling dear, and realize what your superpowers are. Growth and change. It sure was painful. Hey! I remember the days when I'd wake up with tears on my face, go to bed with tears on my face. I could barely wash my coochie, I'm telling you. But I still had to do it, and I had to go to work, because my kids like food, light, gas, clothes. They like to get to their activities. I had other people to live for. Some of you don't. Well, if you don't, live for me, darling dear, because I will be cheering you on from the sidelines, making sure that you don't forget that you are the cat that shines from within, darling dears. You chose the pain of leaving circumstances and situations. Situations where you simply did not belong, darling dear. I told you, you played chess when they was playing checkers with their hillbilly ways, darling dears. This is why they say, right, brother and sister shouldn't get together and make children. They're all feeble-minded. I said it already, and I'm not taking it back. All right. You was prepared to take the biggest pain of it all, darling dears, breaking your own heart in some circumstances because you didn't fit in, because you was not meant to belong in that small circle, that fish bowl of the feeble-minded, these simpletons with yarn for hair. You was like that. Go on where I go. Yes, big cat. We love all, trust a few, and we always paddle our own canoe. Many people think they know us. They like to sidle up to us, these snakes straight out of slithering from the crevice of the devil's balls, to come and ask you if you're right when their life is a crisis and they're looking for someone else's mayhem to make them feel better about their what? Hoodwinking life. Oh, I think not. As a big cat, you got to start to think of yourself. Think of yourself like yeah, you're a star, but let's put another title on you. Think of yourself as a house, big cat. You're like a house. Yes, you're a house, right? You're a house, you're Jamaican, you're British, you're Cockney, you're Chinese. Yes, all right, let's carry on. You're like a house, and you have to remember, when you didn't know who you was and didn't appreciate yourself and your skills, darling dears, you allowed the skullduggerous to run all up and through your house. You allowed them to come in to your house. Pardon the pun. And what did they do? They turned your house into a crack house, a trap house, and a haunted house. Yes, baby. They're duppies. That's the Jamaican word for ghost, darling dears. Duppies was rampant in your house. Until you realize that you are protected by the Most High. Psalms 91:1. When you fell back in faith, right? Yes, you did, right? With faith the size of a mustard seed. You've seen how small a mustard seed is. You had to light that spark from within, darling dears, and realize you didn't want your house to be a crack house, a trap house, or a haunted house. So you cleaned it up and you cut that grass so you could see the snakes straight out of slithering. So that you didn't look like what? An abandoned house. Listen, I told you about the Quasimodo's bestie, darling dears. You don't want your house looking like an abandoned house. Good golly and gosh. No, 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 no. You see, my dear big cat bestie, the value of your house raises because of your starlight that shines from within. You are the comeback cat, or shall I say the house cat? Whatever terminology you want to put on it, darling dear. Whatever lights that fire from within. We are in the season of Aries. Aries is the first house on the zodiac wheel, darling dears. The first house is about your personality, right? It's how the world sees you. It's how you fix up your environment. The first house is also ruler of what? Your childhood, darling dear, where many of us was scuppered, cut off of our knees, didn't realize that we could be great because of the situation and circumstance we were born into. But that was part of the puzzle, darling dear, part of the chess move, to realize that you was not meant to be what? One of the pawns. You are the queen. And they forgot to protect the queen. Well, the queen took them all. The queen even took the king down. So it's been told, or should I say quiet it's been kept. Pinkies up. Let's dive in, darling dears, and see what Guan as this what Aries season unfolds for all the cats that realize that they are a house. Wow, one fell all the way into Uganda. The first one you have, darling dear, is answers. This is represented by the magician in tarot, darling dears. Represented by the letter A, the numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is about what? Having all of the tools. It also speaks about you stepping into a more leadership role, realizing whom you are, darling dears, realizing certain circumstances were put on your path to what? Make your light shine bright like a diamond, darling dear. Come through, Rihanna. Posh, clap. Love it. I don't hate it. It's about the knowledge, darling dear. The what? The esoteric knowledge, as well as the knowledge that's coming for you intuitively, as well as when you use your discernment, realizing that you are the whole package, darling dear. You are what? All-purpose house. Yes, baby. Yes, you are. It's about you continuing to what? Direct your intentions towards what you want. This is an extremely powerful time. You are in tip-top manifestation mode. So you have to hold the vision of what you want to come through, darling dear. Remember, we live in the matrix. And you know how I think we live in a matrix? Because you know me, darling dears, I get my deepest thoughts late at night, especially the day before when I've got to go into my office. I can't sleep, blood. Hold on a minute, let me get the room that fell on the floor. Ooh, that just fell on the floor. This is the judgment room. Anyway, I had this thought, right? Because I had to go into my office today, and I've got to go in there tomorrow, and they're trying to get me to come on Wednesday. Listen, they're asking too much from me, blood. Listen, right? And then this woman sidled up to me today in my office. I was minding my own business, right? About to go on. Anyway, I can't tell you what I do, because if I tell you what I do, then you're going to know what I do, and you don't need to know that until I've left there. She sidled up to me and she goes, Case, I know exactly what you're thinking. Big cat. Bestie. I didn't even bother answer. Might as well she did say it to the wind, blood. I didn't even look. I didn't take my hands off my keyboard. I didn't shift myself. I didn't even move her eyebrow. She had to take her shiznai and piss off with it, darling dears. What do you mean she knows what I'm thinking? I wasn't even speaking to her. She weren't even on my hemisphere. How dare she leave from the what? The crevice of the devil's balls to speak to me? Good God. I didn't even waste my breath on her. She's looking for what? A punch in the face. And I can't do it because I can't just punch in the face. I come with a whole gladiator box. Yes, baby, you know what them kapowies, right? And you can't do that in the office, right? Because they'll say you're the wild one. She just had to go away. She had to go away in a puff of smoke. But unfortunately for me, she didn't stamp her foot like Rumpelstiltskin and disappear for air. She'll still be lurking like a fart, but not around me, blood. She was so ignored, right? Her face went all different shades of red, and then she went away. Listen about she knew what I'm thinking. Good God, what's the matter with this feeble-minded peasant? Right? How dare you come out of your mud hut to come up to me when I wasn't even speaking to you? She was not even on my hemisphere. I don't know who she is. Well, I do, but I don't care. But anyway, like I said, Big Cat, they're going to be coming bleeding from the mud hut, darling dear, looking to what? Hook up with you, because you are that bright star, darling dears, because you shine from within. You look like you are the keeper of secrets, like you have the holy grail, right, underneath your armpit, mate, and you're about to what? Run for the finish line. People are going to be what? Coming up to you, darling dear, trying to what? Gauge where you're at, getting you to speak to them. You have to remember, not even words can you speak to certain people. Now it's made me forget my other point. If you can remember it, put it in the comments, darling dear, because I forgot, because I told you that I couldn't believe. Listen, I'm not a rude person. I'm not. Like I said, you hear me laughing and joking and funny and having fun because I'm in my own habitat, my own environment. But as soon as I get to that office, my face is Easter Island and Stevie Wonder, right? And I don't want to talk to you or anyone in there. Why? Because they've all got psychoses and they don't have no certificate, right? From a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or from an exorcist. And they want to come and bleed onto me? Oh, hell no. Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. I don't even know where she is. She's lucky her house didn't fall on her. The same house that you are, big cat, as am I. Fist bump. Like I was saying, if you can remember what my other point was, please let me know, because I will let you go on, because I'm telling you, that woman's energy, man, she knows what I'm thinking. She don't understand. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand. I've got a lexicon, darling dears, and I've learned to use my lexicon of words without profanity. If I really told her what I really thought of her appearance and her sidling up to me, right? They'll have security on me, mate. They'd have been dragging me out. My heels would have been, you know, when somebody drags you by your underarms and your heels are all scraping on the floor. No, blood. My breath didn't even stop breathing. I was still even breathing, blood. I didn't even look up. No, nothing moved. Not a braid, right, or a plait. Not an eyebrow. It was like she was the fodder on the wind. The devil sent her to my side. They did. She had to get away. Go away. You don't have to speak to them, darling dears. Good God. Dagaz, she got that sudden warning to leave this cat alone, right? Leave the cat alone, right? Respect the cat. Because a cat can't be tamed. If you have a cat as a pet, right? Do you think you own that cat? The cat does what it wants in your house. It comes back when it feels like it. As I was saying, this is Dagaz, represented by the letter D, darling dears. Represented by the what? Judgment card in tarot. It's in the upright. The numbers 80, 81, 82, and 83. You big cat, are at breakthrough when you realize that you have to what? Shine that light from within, darling dears. All answers to any issue you have right now is from within, but you've got to allow yourself to get quiet. And when you get quiet, you have to tame those thoughts, the conscious mind, right? Those ruminating thoughts of wickedness that keep coming up. Pay no attention to those thoughts that come up, especially when you're trying to meditate. Meditation is easy, but people make it hard, saying you have to have the right environment. It has to be. No, just get quiet, darling dears. And any thought that comes up, you stick a pin in it. Don't follow the thought, because if you follow that thought, another thought will come and another. Then all of a sudden, you ain't meditating, blood. You're right at crisis point. Remember, I told you that. As I was saying, Dagaz, the judgment, darling dear, is upon us. This new beginning. Judgment is represented by fire, water, as well as Pluto energy. Can I talk about Pluto anymore? Pluto don't ramp. When Pluto comes into a house, darling dear, it stays for a while. Anything from 14 to what? 30 years. But 20 years it will be in Aquarius. And we are in an age of Aquarius. We are in a 7-year, which is highly spiritual, darling dears, for knowledge, wisdom, as well as using your analytical skills, being introspective, questioning everything from the inside out, darling dear. How else are you going to shine your light? You are a liberator, darling dears. And we are what? We are at what? A new chapter, the rebirth and the rise of the big cat. Your second chance, where you have actually what? Finished your final exams, darling dears. You had to back off somebody who really was a nemesis in your life. It was hard to back them off because the old you tried to rise up, but you had to remember what they did in order to let the situation go, because you're not the same person whom you used to be. You are a big cat, and you are a star, and you are a house. How about that? Dagas also speaks about what the new stage in your life, darling, and remembering that life is a stage. Oh, the point that I was going to make, why I think this world is a matrix. So I was laying down in my bed and I was saying to myself, the reason why I think this world is a matrix, because I was thinking the other day when I was driving down the road in my chariot of righteousness. Why is it called that? Because anywhere I go in my chariot, darling, it is righteous, because not often do I come off my hill. I only come off my hill for money and progenies, right? Yes, baby. Otherwise, you're not see me. And to go to the gym, because my shoulders are getting back on track. Hey, spin class, here I come. Anyhow, again, I digress, big cat. Anyhow, I was driving in my car the other day, and I was thinking to myself, you've seen, if you've driven in the UK, many of you haven't been to the UK, right? But if you see the roads, we're some of the best drivers in the whole world, darling dear, because we've got these tight corners, these skinny roads, and the same 2 lanes that it's in, right? A bus, right? That can, in the UK, you've got a bus, right? When you get on the bus, there's a pathway that goes down the middle, and on each side, 2 people sit here and 2 people sit there. The same lane is filled up by 1 car. That's how comes I know we're living in a matrix. How can the bus fill up the same lane as 1 little tiny car? You've got to think about it, darling dears. For real. But like I said, change is afoot, darling dear. We've passed some final exam, darling dears. This is why we're going to use the energy of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, darling dear, to write down exactly how things are going to go in our whole life, right, for the next month. I've already told you about the compound interest. I've already the only reason why I can speak it, darling dears, is because it's true. I did it with one of my accounts first. If you've got an account, right, you're paying finance on something, darling dear, whether it's your house, a car, I don't know what, it could be even at a clothes shop, whatever it is. From you're paying finance on it, and it's not fixed rate, darling dear. Fixed rate, this is not going to work. The reason why I mention it again, because we're coming up to the ending of the month. The ending of the month is when they're all coming on the first like this, like Nosferatu, right? Like they're trying to what? It's like your account has been hacked with all of these direct debits going out. Let that direct debit go out, darling dear, but set up another direct debit, right, to go out every single day after the main direct debit goes out, to pay £1 or $1 or whatever the first denomination, right, is in whatever monies you have in whatever country you live, to go out every single day up until the next major direct debit goes out. Do you understand, darling dear? Because you have to understand, they can only charge you compound interest, right? Because the compound interest is worked out throughout the month. After you've made that major first payment, right, it builds interest every day until the next major payment is paid. Just pay £1. Do it on one account, big cat, because I'm telling you, people think that they have to pay for their houses for 25 years. You don't. You think you're going to have to pay for that car loan, that whatever it is, right, for the next 5 years. You don't. It's the compound interest. And anytime you take out anything on finance, darling dear, from it's not on a fixed account, darling dear, they take the compound interest first before you actually pay off what you truly purchased the item for. So listen to me, big cat. I did this for a month so far with one thing, right? But I'm now about to line up everything, mate. I've got all my skrillers like this. I can't wait till everything goes out on the first, mate, because I've got so many direct debits added up. It's like the matrix in my bank account, darling dear. I'm telling you, it's the compound interest. And what they did to me, right? When they saw that no compound interest was building up, they started to write a letter. And when they wrote the letter to me, because I'm teaching you about the straw man, how you claim sovereignty over yourself, darling dear, they wrote a letter to me about there seems to be some kind of anomalies. I can't even say it. Anomalies. Can't say it right now. Jesus Christ, Lord, but God. They said something's wrong with my account, right? And can I look at it because I seem to be making extra payments? I ain't paying no attention to that, right? They can take me to court. What are they going to tell the judge? She's paying too much money. They could listen. They'll be laughed out of court, darling dear. And if we go into court, right, I'm not going to go straight up to where the judge is. I'm going to call what? I'm not under maritime law, darling dears. I understand my straw man. I understand how to claim sovereignty over myself. I understand how to make the judge have to get up out of his chair and leave the courtroom. And I run things. I wish they would take me to court. Big cat, I'm telling you, my brain is like this. I told you, from I got this book. Where is my book? Where is it? So I was reading it again the other day. From I got this book. I told you I'd tuck myself in, right? I just said goodnight to God, and I said I was going to read a couple of chapters before I fell asleep. I had to untuck myself, big cat. I started sweating. I was laying down. Then I was standing up. Then all of a sudden I was sitting in my office with a spotlight on this book. Then I got my highlighter pen out and realized what's going on. No one is going to take the P with me again. You think I'm ever going to pay another parking ticket? I can park where I want. Go for it. You think I'm going to pay interest on anything ever again? Go for it. We'll go toe to toe. Claim sovereignty over yourself. Buy this book, darling dear. You need this book. And this. The Black's Law Dictionary, gifted to me by another big cat. I believe her name is Sandra Scott, darling dear. I'm telling you, I could have bought it myself. This costs £85 in the UK. I could have bought it myself, but money is energy. And because you all wish me well, I said another cat is going to give this to me, and she gave it to me. I could have bought it, but I wanted that energy to move around, darling dear. And I'm telling you, I'm a reading cat. When I was amongst certain people, I won't mention the devil's strongest workers right now, but when I stopped doing what gave me life. I stopped reading. If you want to hide something from someone's skullduggerous, put it in a book. If you want to hide your money, cut out the pages in the book and hide it in there. They'll never find it. You can hide your what? Your cryptocurrency, your Nano X password in a book. They'll never find it, blood. But you get this. And stop allowing they, them, and those people that think they're in control to control your mind. Free your mind, darling dear. Because remember, your birth certificate, which they put in capital letters, is also your death certificate. When you're born, certain money is put aside. So when you take out a loan, they go towards the money that's put to one side. That's why when you ask for a loan, they don't give it to you the same day, darling dear. You have to wait a few days to get an answer, because they have to draw that money in from the money that's already been put to one side. You are part of a corporation that you didn't sign up for. Just like when people tell me that, I've watched things, and plus someone told me personally how their children was taken by social services, darling dears. If ever social services should come and knock on your door, it's child protective services in other countries, darling dears. The only power that they have to take is the birth certificate, not the child. Know who you are. Make sure you read things about claiming sovereignty about yourself, darling dear. Understand you are being pushed around. This is the matrix, but you are the baddest cat of them all. You must shine bright from within, darling dear, and that comes with knowledge. And not everybody's prepared to go for the knowledge, because knowledge is power. And they want to worry about what Kim K is doing. Kim K, listen. I don't care what them people are doing. Get the book and get the knowledge. Get this book and get the knowledge. Go online, go on YouTube, go on TikTok, type in claiming sovereignty over yourself, type in how to handle parking fines, council tax payments. You'll never have to make a payment again, and they can't do you nothing. People telling me about, oh, someone emailed me about they're being evicted from their home. You don't have to leave. Big Cat, know who you are. Knowledge is power. Be the most brightest shining star there ever was. Once you claim sovereignty over yourself, remember, everything that they do to you is in a capital letters, right? They're talking about a dead person, someone whom doesn't exist. From this day forward, whenever you sign anything, right, you sign your name and write in brackets, trustee. Learn how to make yourself into a corporation, darling dears. Just like if you take out life insurance, you think, okay, if I was to die today, if you've got progeny or somebody you want to leave money to, those people in charge will take 60% of it. But if you put it into a trust, darling dear, and become trustee, a life insurance policy, the full amount of the policy will go to the recipients of the policy. Understand who you are, Big Cat. I'm your best friend. And I'm telling you, from I was sweating, I said, my bestie ain't going to go through this. No way. And remember, you can beat the compound interest, but you have to pay attention to what I said, Big Cat. We're coming up to the ending of the month, right? Where they're going to take that payment from you. But set up a direct debit so you pay £1, $1, whatever the first denomination of a note is in whatever country you are. What is that? Randon Jones 144 where you are? Listen, when the chosen assemble, darling dears, set up that account, whatever the finance account is, to pay £1 or $1, whatever the note denomination is in whatever country you are, every single day leading up to the next payment, and no compound interest will go on that account. You will only pay for what you bought. Remember, I told you that. I would even go so far as to tell someone, don't buy no property right about now. They're going to be selling things off cheap, darling dear. The interest rates are going to be going down because it's based on us taking out the finances, right, which is keeping the countries afloat, darling dear. But understand that you don't have to pay the compound interest. Listen to me, Big Cat. I'm telling you this because it worked for me, and you know that I'm going to trap everything like a matrix at the ending of this month. I know some of you may be thinking, well, things are tight. Well, it's going to be even tighter if you're paying for things, right? After you've made the payment, right? You've been paying, imagine this, right? You buy a house and you've been paying for 12 and a half years, right? And in that 12 and a half years, you, in all of the work, right? Because your money is your time. When you claim sovereignty of yourself, your money is time, something you can't get back. Time is precious, darling dear. The first 12 and a half years, you've already paid for the property, right? But they don't do it like that. They change it around so that you pay the interest first. But if you pay £1 towards that every single day after you've made that payment, there's no compound interest. The money has to come off the first payout, the purchase of the price, the purchasing price. It can't go into compound interest. Listen to me, Big Cat. When we win together. When I rise, you rise with me. I'm an avid reader and I find out she's naive, and I share it with you as often as possible. Knowledge is power. Yes, you may think it's a bit tight, but it is what it is, darling dear. Once you see it start working, you'll find a way. God will make a way for you to be able to get your food, pay your light and your gas bill. Divine is making it hard for us because we're not paying attention. We're allowing ourselves to be pulled about like taffy when we are the majority. You can do these things, Big Cat. Go on TikTok, put in straw man, put in bailiffs, put in parking fines. Go on YouTube, put all of these terminologies in, and you'll see a wealth of information. But many people don't pay attention to that. They're too busy wondering what's going on with Kim K, what's going on with these celebrities who are tied and bound in the circumstance where they are. You think they're as rich as you think? You better think again, darling dear. You better think again. I don't even know if I should bother with the read now. I don't think I'm going to bother with a read now. Because I've come through with so much intel. You're going to have to rewind this shiznai. I'm up to 35. This is valuable knowledge that I'm giving you, darling dears. Knowledge that will help you. Stop paying the compound interest and working like a field hand. Time you cannot get back. Remember I told you that. Shall I pull a card? Why not? As I was saying, a true star must shine its own light. What does your ancestors have to say about that? You're going through cycles, create this passion, and you're being gifted with a cleansing, darling dear. I can't make it up. This is the war of what? Fire and water. And a true cleansing will douse the fire, darling dears. The fire of wickedness that's had us what? Perpetrating wickedness, working on a hamster wheel, paying for things that we don't need, darling dear, for longer than we deserve to be paying for them. It's time for you to wake up, big cat, and realize the writing is on the wall. You run things, things don't run you. And this is the cycle of the moon. Remember, we are at the new moon in Aries. What you set down in stone now, darling dears. And you are what? Holding it in your mind. It must manifest in your life. I keep telling you, you can bend the matrix, but you have to believe it. And to believe what? You have to conceive, believe, and achieve. And you have to hold your gangster. And the universe will lift up to meet you halfway at the borderline. Come through, black eyed peas. Posh, clap. If you want to continue with the same cycle, things going the same way, do what you've always done, darling dear. But it's time for you to what? Change it up, guys. Take a chance. Why not? What could you possibly lose from understanding what I'm saying to you and trying it for 1 month? And look at your account of whatever that thing you financed. From it's not on a fixed rate, darling dear. You will see that no more interest has gone on that account. You are now paying off on the actual object. The first payment, whatever you purchase for, that price is going to go down. No more interest is going to be going on it. We ain't got time to what? Hit your weight, darling dears. Time is money. And your time here, whatever time we have left, darling dear, I want you to be happy. I want you to understand you are the brightest star. And any knowledge that you choose to acquire, darling dears, that you're right. Thank you, Oracle 7100. The principle that was escaping me. Stop paying that compound interest, blood. All you've got to do is put down £1 or $1 or whatever it is. And I'm telling you, by the next payment, look at what's there. There's no compound interest gone on to what you owe, and what you paid for the principal is going down. And they're going to get mad. They can get mad as they want. You're still paying the bill, aren't you? But you're paying what you truly deserve to pay, not working like a field hand, thinking you have to stay in a job or a situation or with someone that is treating you like you are less than, when you was born to be more than anything. You was born to bend the matrix. You was born to break generational curses. Know this, big cat. And don't wait. And don't hitch. Base of the deck, darling dear. You better light that fire, because you're about to shut many mouths, darling dears. And their eyes will be open. They're going to have full-on raccoon eyes. The death card is what? Scorpio energy. Scorpio is what? The 8th house. What's the 8th house? The 8th house of taxes, darling dear. I can't make it up. Not even if I tried. This is why I show you my cards. Because I speaks the truth, roof. Pinkies up. Let's get a deck quickly, and then I've got to go. Because I'm very busy minding my own business, right? Look! I just randomly picked the look! Wasn't we just talking? Listen, big cat. I don't set nothing up. Once I finish with a deck, I write all the cards around the right way, I shuffle them, I bless them, and I put a elastic band around them, and I put them back. Right? We've got the death card. I'm telling you, this is a time for you to transform everything in your life. We are living in a matrix. but you have to learn how to be what? The wielder of the wheel, darling dear. You have to learn and understand that you shine the brightest star. You've got to stop wasting your time. None of us know the day, the hour, or the minute. Anything you sign from this day forward, you sign, and in brackets, you put trustee. And you work out. There's so many videos on how to make your life into a corporation, darling dear. And when you speak on behalf of whomsoever you are. Say, for instance, I will be speaking on behalf of the big cat. Or Jacqueline Arrington. I speak on behalf of Jacqueline Arrington. Say what you've got to say. But they can't do you nothing. Police will only have the power over you like a regular security company, darling dear. They can't come into your house. They can't search your car. They can't stop you in the street. They can't take your phone from you unless you give it to them. They can't search you. Know who you are and claim sovereignty over yourself. Death card, Scorpio energy. Like I said, it's about the taxes they've been putting on us, darling dears. What's on the base of this deck? King of Swords. The King of Swords sits back and gathers intel, darling dears, and moves when they choose to move. What's another deck? We've got the what? You've been wounded for too long, darling dear. 9 of Wands. Because you didn't know what was going on. But they was the ones with the keeper of the light because they had the information. In the background, we've got what? A gathering, a waxing moon, darling dear. It means gathering momentum. You have to gather that momentum. I'm telling you, the universe will meet you, but you have to be prepared to be a fearless cat. Realize that you are the brightest star and you shine from within. Within comes knowledge, darling dear. Let's get another deck. The Wheel of Fortune. Blessed and highly favored, darling dear, because fate, destiny, and good luck is on your side. But are you prepared to be that rebel cat? Are you prepared to step outside your comfort zone? Are you prepared to no longer be controlled with those that don't deserve, right, another minute of your precious time? Final deck. Create the Tower moment in your life, darling dear. Time for you to change up your paradigm. Because when you change, everything around you changes, darling dears. Become the brightest star. What's this? Look, I can't make it up. The Hermit. The Hermit goes within, darling dear, for self-examination and self-improvement. The reason why you was isolated. Why was you isolated? Let's get another deck. Why was the big cat isolated? Because Divine wants to gift you with what? Multiple streams of income plus a new beginning. But the Divine wants to come with the hand of love. The hand of God, darling dear, to realize that you can co-create whatever you want. And the Ace of Cups is a new beginning. Let's get another deck. Yeah. Whatever happened to you in the past, darling dear, the Swords is also about communication as well as knowledge. Time for you to take those blades out your back, darling dear, and cut your ties to the matrix. Realize that you are the brightest star. Get another deck. The Fool. Take this leap of faith. Be the rebel, darling dear. What's on this deck? 8 of Wands. This is income, but momentum will be gathering. It speaks about things moving swiftly. Once you realize whom you are and how you control the world that you live in, darling dears, things will start moving swiftly. Where are they going to move swiftly to? Let's get another deck. I can't make this up. The Empress or Emperor of everything. Abundance, darling dear. Know your worth, your value, darling dears. And understand you control your environment. You can change it at any time. If you believe you can't, then you won't. On that note, I'm out of here because I'm at the 44. I drops me mic. Rewind this, darling dears. Listen to what I said. And take action in your life. Stop paying that compound interest. How dare they? It was a trap set up by Rockefeller and the Roosevelts, darling dears, to keep us entrapped. They didn't want a nation of thinkers. They wanted a nation of workers. Remember, Tesla told us 369 is the key to the universe. Then we got the angel numbers. Remember I was telling you the other day? 111, 222, 333 goes to 369. Then 444, 555, 666 goes to 369. Then 77888 and 999 goes to 369. Einstein said, know thyself and you will run the world. Run the world, big cat, and shine bright like a diamond. Posh clap. Until we meet again on these tarot streets, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these messages, big cat. You have to be Obi-Wan Kenobi for me, your bestie. And hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I'm kicking my way through these tarot streets again. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. Yes, energy. Up, up, up. To your books, big cat. To your books.